Yeah, that, Malcolm X talked about how the blacks were exploited, and he talked about how stereotypes limit you. And I then realized how much stereotypes limited me and how they worked. For example, among the Japanese, if you were hardworking and you were working for someone that was real positive, they'll say, oh, your kind is real hardworking, and that's great. But when you became hardworking and you became a competitor, then you became sly and sneaky. And so the stereotypes were used to control. And the worst stereotype that I've always hated was that we were inscrutable. That once you believe someone is inscrutable, no matter what they say, it's suspect. For example, you say, well, I like you very much, and then, well, this is an inscrutable person. What do they want? What are they saying? I really don't believe them. Or if they're working hard, you say, well, these inscrutable people are working hard. Why are they working so hard? Surely they must be stealing something. And the stereotype of being inscrutable is really an insidious kind of thing. And those are kinds of things that Malcolm X brought out to me. And so sometimes what we did, and I did, was you played to the stereotypes, When we challenged the University of Washington and other places, we would act inscrutable. And that would bother people, We weren't, but, they thought we were, and so we pretended like we were, and that gave us a certain edge up, I think. And so you just took those negative things and just played to them. It's really unfortunate, but anyway, that's how we got what we wanted, because what we wanted was bigger than the sacrifice that we made. And it's almost like selling yourself cheap for a higher good. So that's kind of what I got out of Malcolm X, was that kind of realization that not only it wasn't just the Japanese, but it was an African thing, and it was a white society thing. And also, the other thing I got from Malcolm X was that, whites are privileged. You don't have the experience like we have, where every day you're reminded or confronted by the fact that you're different, and that you have the luxury of moving through the society and not having those kind of impediments. And for us to succeed, we have to overcome that and move, do better. It's just a stumbling block. And I think those are other things that Malcolm X brought out. And more than anything, though, he reading that made me want to teach and help others realize that. And teach because, I have experienced discrimination, and I can deal with it. I mean, I don't want to say I'm tough about it, but there's almost nothing anyone can say to me. But it really hurt me to think my son as a young kid would have to go through the same stuff. And by teaching about it, hopefully he wouldn't have to experience that. So